Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I have a combined May wrap up and June TBR for you. So I want to start off by saying May was my worst reading month that I've had in a very long time. This month seems like it just kind of disappeared for me. So it kind of started off with vacation. I think I overestimated my ability to read while on vacation. So that kind of started my month off really slowly for reading. So I've also kind of had a lot of stress at work and it's kind of made me not want to read. So at work we're switching to a new computer system and we're merging with another company. It's been a lot of getting used to, so that has a little something to do with the slowness of my reading this month and why I haven't read that much. Let's get into what I actually did read this month. So this month I read Becca Cooper Terrier. This is the first book in the Becca Cooper trilogy. I really loved this book. So this one I gave a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I love Becca Cooper's story. She's so different from all of the other heroines in Tamora Pierce's works. And the writing style of these particular books is in the form of a journal. So it's the form of Becca Cooper's like diary as she goes about her day and all of the cases that she's put on. So Becca Cooper is kind of like she's a provost dog, which in the land of Tortal is basically their police force. And this is the first book covers her first year of training or as a rookie basically on the job, and it follows a huge adventure through one of my favorite places, and this one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So the second book that I read this month was Bloodhound, the second book in the Becca Cooper trilogy. So this one is again following Becca Cooper and it is in the style of a journal. So this one follows her next big case and when she gets paired up with the scent hound, and we also get to travel around the land of Tortal and seeing different places. And this one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, but I got really stalled out reading this particular book. So this one took me 2 weeks to get through because I think this is the one that I was reading when we were switching over to our new system at work, so it kind of like made me not want to read. I love the story of this book. It just, for some reason I got stalled on this one and it took me forever to get through it. And the book that I am currently reading and I should have finished by the end of May is Mastiff, the third book in the Becca Cooper series. I'm about 224 pages in of 600 or so, and I'm hoping to have it finished by the end of the month. So far I'm loving this book. This one is like the biggest of Becca's adventures. It's the final book in the series. So now we are on to my TBR for June, and a lot of the books that I'm on here I've already talked about for May because I had planned to read them in May but I didn't get around to them, and I will link the TBR that I did for last month up in the corner because I don't want to go into too much detail about a bunch of these books just because I've already talked about them. First book I'm planning to read in June is The Heart of Irons. This follows a girl who is basically raised by space pirates, and she has this like android best friend who is kind of deteriorating and she needs to find some new parts. So she finds this treasure map to a ship that's basically lost in space and she goes on an adventure to find it. So I can't wait to get into this one. This one was an Owl Crate exclusive for March, I think. I'm really far behind on reading my books from subscription boxes. So the next book that I'm planning to read in June is The Alchemists of Loom. So The Alchemists of Loom is the story of Ari, who kind of lost everything when the resistance fell to the Dragon King, and basically now Loom is this place that is held by these dragon shapeshifters, and these like Ari kind of go around killing dragons and selling the dragon's organs on the black market. One day she kind of runs into this dragon that she doesn't end up killing, and they kind of end up working together to overthrow the dragon government. And it should be really interesting to see all the steampunk aspects that this book has mixed with the alchemy. I kind of wanted to read this book for a very long time, so I can't wait to get into it. Next up is Tempest and Slaughter. This is one that I've been waiting to read for forever, it seems like. So this one is kind of a prequel to the Immortals series by Tamora Pierce, which is the series that follows Dane. So this particular book follows Aram Draper, also Numair Solomon, later in his life, and this is basically him and his two friends from Carthag going to the university and learning how to use their powers as mages. And there's all sorts of really interesting things in this, and I really don't want to go into it knowing too much more because I have a feeling this one will be a favorite of mine. This one's probably going to be my favorite book of the month. I really am in love with this book. I love the cover. I can't wait to get into the story. I can already tell I'm going to like it. So yeah. So the next book that I'm planning to read in June is This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. So this one follows a girl named Sloane, and she moves to She moves from New York to Florida and she kind of doesn't know anybody, and then she kind of falls in with this group of people, or this group of friends, and kind of falls in love with this group. And so this group is layered with tragedies and secret codes, and they just kind of are so consumed with each other. This is a contemporary book that I'm hoping will help me get into more of reading contemporary books, because contemporary is definitely not a genre that I read a lot of. It's not something that I'm necessarily drawn to, but Emma Mill's work, as you can see, Full of Charts up there, I really fell in love with that one, so I'm hoping that this one is just as good. We'll see how this one goes. And the last book that I am planning to read in June is The Mark of Athena. So if you guys saw the first part of my vacation vlog, this is the book that I picked up at the last bookstore when we were in LA. So this is the third book in the Heroes of Olympus series. So this one follows a lot of our favorite characters from the Percy Jackson series, as well as the new favorite characters that we have from the Heroes of Olympus, so the Romans, so Jason, Piper, Frank, and a bunch of others. This one follows pretty much right after the last one left off. So this one starts off with Annabeth, and like the title of the book, it's The Mark of Athena. So this one follows a lot of Annabeth, and basically her mom has told her to follow the Mark of Athena and avenge her for something. This one, Annabeth has so many worries about Percy being changed from his time with the Romans, and whether or not he'll need her and their other friends, and the prophecy of the seven, which has caused a lot of anxiety through this book about closing the doors of death. I cannot wait to get into this because it's going to be narrated by 4 different characters this time, and I'm so ready to see who narrates this one. So this should be the last book that I'm reading for this month. Alright, so that was my May wrap up and my June TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So what books are you guys planning to read in June? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you would like to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button to get notifications when I post a new video. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!